If you want to know how you can make one of these awesome shoulder pads in fantastic colors to upgrade any one of your bags, watch till the end. Greetings and salutations, y'all. Anything with a strap that is going to go over the shoulder, a great addition is a shoulder pad or strap pad. So I wanted to show you today how to do one of these. I've got a simple pattern that I use on all of my bags, and I'm going to go over it with y'all right now. Okay, so this is the pattern. This is for a 1-inch strap. It is 1 3/4 inch wide, and it is 5 1/4 inch long. And then I've got 4 oblong holes that are going to be punched that you'll see later in this video. I've got these traced out. I'm going to be doing 2 today. And I've got them traced out. So this is just a square I got from Home Depot. And having a good straight edge is super, super, super handy. And let me just line it up with the lines I already have traced. This, again, is from Home Depot. One of the classic utility knives. Whenever you're cutting something out of leather, you need a fresh, sharpened, or new blade every single time. In this case, I can just easily replace these blades. That's why I like it so much. And when you're cutting, you're just going to want to use light pressure and a low angle of the blade so that it just goes along here, goes along the straight edge. And especially when you're just starting out and you're getting used to using it, you might want to go a few times just to kind of get the gist of it. And once you have a line cut in there, then you can use a little more pressure. And there you go. That's a perfect edge there. So I'm going to cut the rest of these out, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Oh, and something else I actually forgot to say. I also have this non-slip tape. This is from Weaver Leather. I'll have links in the description. This makes using a straight edge on leather so amazing. The non-slip tape is super, super useful. And it just comes in little rolls and you can cut it with scissors. One of the best things I've ever bought. Okay, so I've reset here, laid down some scrap paper, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue these. So there's gonna be 2 and they're going to be lined. So 2 pieces of leather together. You can do one. However, I think that it feels a little flimsy with one, and it also doesn't do as good of a job actually making it comfortable over your shoulder. So I think it looks better with 2 and it functions better with 2. So that's how I'm going to do it. Now I am using Barge contact cement to do all of these, also from Weaver, link in the description. If I'm gluing something that is going to be sewn, you don't really need to use Barge. Whenever I'm lining anything, I use Barge, if that didn't confuse you already. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna lay the glue on here, and since this is just scrap paper, I do not have to worry about getting it on there as long as I don't get it on the top grain of the leather. So I'm gonna go ahead and put glue on all of these, and then I will let these sit for about 15 minutes until the glue dries. And you should be able to put your bare finger on there and it should feel dry but a little tacky. And then you know that the glue is ready to go. Okay, so the glue has dried to the touch, but it's a little tacky. Now what I'm gonna do is just do my best to line up the corners like that, making sure that I get it lined up on one end. Then I'm just gonna go and just do my best to get it lined up everywhere. Okay, so it's trimmed, and this does not, the edges do not have to be perfect. You'll see why in a minute. Now I'm going to trim the corners. So why don't I just take you over here. I've got a little 1/4 inch corner punch. So what I like to do here, now this is a little bit of a tight spot, but I'm gonna do my best. And this gives your projects such a more like clean look. Now you can cut this by hand, a little harder on softer leathers, but if you have a sharp knife, you can do it. However, I've got the tool, so I might as well use it. Again, I'll be cleaning up the edges here in a minute, but you see that nice round edge there. So I'm gonna do it on all four corners, and then I'm gonna take you to the edge sander to clean up all of the edges. All right, so I'm out here at the power burnisher now, and I've got the sanding wheel, and then I've got, this is a shop vac. That just helps reduce the dust. Obviously, it doesn't do a perfect job, as you can see, but it's better than nothing. And a little sneak peek, this is what will be one day, hopefully soon, the full-on workshop. But we're not here for that. Essentially, once it's running, I'm just gonna run it along here on all the edges, just to clear, just to like even everything up until I'm satisfied with it. And then I'll come back inside and we will punch all the oblong holes, sew the edges, and then we're done. Okay, so I ended up actually changing out the leather for something a little more firm, so that's why it looks a little different, but I just went ahead and did all the same steps that I did prior. And so now we're here, so now I'm gonna go ahead and punch out the oblong holes. So yeah, it's just a punch in the shape of an oblong. This is an inch wide for a 1 inch strap. I've got marks here. This does not have to be perfect, because once the strap is going through it, no one will ever really see whether or not it's perfectly parallel and perpendicular. As long as it's close, it doesn't really matter. And then we're gonna move over to the sewing machine and get the stitch lines in. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best here to sew one of these and have the camera here. So basically I'm lining it up. You see how there's an inner part of the presser foot and an outer part of the presser foot? I'm lining it up with that edge, the outer edge of the inner part of the presser foot. So let me just zoom in here. Go ahead and drop it down. And let me just get a couple of stitches in here to show you what this is gonna look like. So you see it's just lined up there. You'll see right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the rest of these stitches in, and then I'll give you a final look. All right, so here I've got back portion for a backpack I'm working on. And here is the shoulder strap, completely done with the stitch line. And you can hand stitch this. I have a sewing machine, so I decided to go with that. And here's the key of how to actually put this on, okay? So you're gonna start by going under instead of over. No, you're going over, Jesus. Okay, you're gonna start by going over instead of under, because if you go under, what'll happen is this will start to kind of dog ear up like this over time, and it's not gonna look as clean as if you go over the end here. All right, you're gonna go over, under, pull this through, over, under, over, under, over, over, under, over, under, over. That's how it looks. And this would be going right on your shoulder, and it takes all the weight from this 1 inch and distributes it over this nice big pad, and it's very, very, very comfortable to have versus just the 1 inch strap. If you like the video, then leave a like. If you found it helpful, comment. Start your comment with, wow, look at my leather shoulder pad. And then leave your comment, and I'll know you watched till the end. All right. And also, subscribe. It helps with the channel. It helps with the business. And it'll help my soul. Thank you very much. Bye.